Hello YouTube world. I've been asked several times to demonstrate the use of the pasted balsa strop for post-shave edge maintenance on straight razors. Here we have a cheap gold dollar 1996 straight razor which I have honed to a blistering sharp edge. However, I have shaved with it, and after every shave I go 50 laps on this and my edge never gets dull. I never have to rehome. It's just my normal everyday edge maintenance regimen. And what the pasted balsa strop is, it's simply an acrylic block. In this case it's only a ½ inch thick. I usually use 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches wide by 12 inches long, with a very small amount of 0.1 micron diamond paste embedded into it. A very small amount, and I say embedded and not coated, because such a small amount you're able to actually embed it in the grain of the balsa. So the particles are not rolling around like little micro boulders on top of it. Instead, they're buried up to their necks in balsa, so just their pointy little heads are sticking out. So you get a much finer scratch pattern than you would otherwise get from that grit of abrasive. That's part of what makes this work so well. Another part is you always lap the balsa before you apply the diamond paste. You lap the balsa to get it nice and flat, to get down below as many surface imperfections as possible, so you get a nice uniform and consistent and level surface for the razor. Now, another thing that makes this work so well is you don't use the pressure that most people would use. Most people, they would strop on the balsa using the weight of the razor plus maybe half the weight of their hand. That's way too much pressure for this. That won't work. It will not work. You have to use ultra light pressure. If you're laying the razor on top, it's very difficult to get that kind of pressure. How can you use less pressure than the weight of the razor and still keep it under control? You can't, because probably you're going to have problems with the spine coming up off of the strop, which totally screws your edge, or the edge coming off of the strop, which means you're not doing any good. So instead of holding the strop horizontally, oh, and another thing, you never leave this laying on a fixed object. Always hone and strop in hand, and you can regulate the pressure so much more finely, so much more accurately and consistently. You hold it floating out in front of you like this, like it's in space, and the razor, same thing, and you let them find their own alignment, just like two spacecraft docking or something. It's a beautiful thing. You lay it down on something, you're going to try so hard to control the razor that you're going to use imbalanced, imprecise, excessive pressure. Now, a lot of accomplished honers, they hone on a bench. They hone on a stone holder or on a sink bridge, and that's fine. They get good results because they got experience doing it. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, you're probably watching it because you've never done this or you've never done it right. So I'm telling you right now, don't rest it on a fixed surface. Hold it in hand. And back to where I was, don't hold it horizontally. Look, hold it like this. Hold it vertically. Then you can use the amount of pressure that it takes to just brush against the balsa. Brush. Get your fingertips out of the way. That's why I prefer 3/4 inch. Ooh, I just cut my thumb right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can see it. Look at that. Huh, how about that shit? Okay. And that's still not sharp enough for me. But it's going to get sharp enough for me right now. So hold it vertically and look. I'm using probably a quarter or less of the weight of the razor, because the razor's just leaning against it. The razor's just brushing against it. Now I do this after every shave, and I go 50 laps. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Let me turn it around so you can see it better. Let's see. Let me turn me around. And I'm bleeding all over the place. All right. 8, 9, 9, 10. Yeah, you can't see. 12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm bleeding all over my razor. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's clean the blood off my razor. Deadly. Okay. And don't worry, folks, if I sell this razor to somebody, it will go into the barbicide bath before it gets sent out. Still bleeding. Look at that. And all I did was just touch it. That's the kind of edge I like. I like the kind of edge that's frighteningly sharp, horrifyingly sharp, because you know what? It horrifies them whiskers too. One pass shave with the grain. That's it. That's all I need. It's just like a shavette, only sharper than a shavette. Okay, now let's see. Oh, I need to hit the leather. I'm going to hit the leather so you can see. Let's see if I can set this up where we can strop on the leather. And, oh, let's see. Okay, come on now. I just don't want to do it. Okay. Well, I don't know how to do this. I wasn't ready for this. I was not ready for this. Okay. Ah, there we are. All right. Let's see. Okay, there's my strop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 7, 4, 8, 49, 50. Okay. I'm still bleeding, damn it. Bleeding all over this razor. Kind of like in Braveheart. Robert Bruce giving his little pep talk in front of the troops. And he says, "You've bled for Wallace, now bleed for me!" And everybody starts cheering and goes and beats the shit out of the English. And end of the story. Okay, so, was that Braveheart? I don't remember. Anyway, one of them movies. A bunch of Scottish guys, a bunch of English guys. They just couldn't get along, so that's what happened. Alright, now, let's just see how sharp this rascal is. I'm going to use what I call the treetop test. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this razor a 1/4 inch above my forearm. See if I get any action, and I did. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Wow. See, the problem is the camera is not right in the middle of the screen, and I'm looking at the screen. Okay, you can't see that little hair. Okay, it was just a machine calling me. Okay, let's see here. Do it again. Oh, I went too deep. It doesn't count if you touch the skin. Doesn't count if you get below a 1/4 inch. Unfortunately, my forearm here gets this treatment so much that it's let's see. Where the hell are you? This is surprisingly awkward. Okay, I think you can see a couple of hair tips there. Anyway, that's your basic sharpness test. Just stroke the razor. Oh, the hair's a little longer up here. Stroke the razor 1/4 inch off the skin. For you metric types, that's what's that? 6 millimeters, something like that. Anyway, it's 1/4 inch. Okay, look. As far as that metric shit goes, that's bullshit. Look, you see this thumb? Oh, this bloody thumb. Let me show you something. If I mash this thumb on this plastic, you know how much an inch is? It's from one side of this thumb to the other. How about that shit, huh? You know how much a foot is? I'll give you 10 guesses how long a foot is. How long a foot is. What biological unit might the unit of length called the foot be based upon? Or the fathom? For you landlubbers, people who have never gone to sea, I'll tell you about a fathom. All a fathom is, you take a piece of line and you stretch it out both arm spans from one hand to the other. That's a fathom. You know what? You're going to be within an inch or two of 6 feet. And you just kind of tailor that so you know how far to like hyperextend your wrists or underextend your wrists or whatever, and you get perfect fathoms. A yard, hey, once you learn how to step off a yard, piece of cake, you know? So what on your body is a centimeter long or a centimeter wide? Come on, get real. What sense does metric make in the real world according to humanity? None at all. You know what metric's for? Metric's for people who can't do math. That's it. Metric is for people who can't do math. What do you mean you can't divide by 16? You can't divide by 8. What's wrong with you? Divide by 12. I can do it. Hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Huh? I mean, the hardest 3 years of my life was 4th grade. And I can do it. You know what? I can reach in a bucket of bolts, and I can pull you out a 5/16 bolt. I can pull you out a 1/4 20 bolt, and I don't even have to guess. But metric, horseshit. Metric doesn't equate to anything. Metric is stupid. Metric's for people who can't do math. And that's it. Anyway, back to the razors. So now you see how you can get and maintain a blistering sharp edge on a very ordinary razor. I mean, this is less than ordinary. This is just cheap. This is an $11 razor right here. You know, it's manufactured in China by 12-year-old peasant girls chained to workbenches for 20 hours a day. Okay? There's no skill involved. They don't have anybody in that whole factory who even shaves with a straight razor, much less actually knows how to grind one. And yet, they take a piece of steel, a reasonably good piece of steel, but just a piece of steel, and they grind an RSO, razor-shaped object, out of it, and then they sell them cheap online. But you know what? You could take that razor-shaped object and you can make a razor out of it. All you have to do is hone it, and hone it by what we call the method. You set the bevel on sandpaper glued to an acrylic plate. Then you hone it on several grades of lapping film stuck on that same acrylic plate. And then you take a piece of balsa glued to a similar plate and you lap it flat on a piece of sandpaper stuck to a flat surface, and you apply 1/2 micron diamond paste to that, and then 1/4 micron diamond paste to yet another one, and then a 1/4 micron paste to still another one. Did I put in an extra one there? Let's see, 1/2, 1/4, and then 1/10 of a micron, 0.1 micron, 100 nanometer diamond paste. And all you need is about a lump about the size of 2 BBs, like a third or a half of a pinto bean, maybe. That's it. That's all you need. More is less. If you got too much, it's just coating the balsa, and it's not getting rubbed in. It's just a bunch of little diamonds rolling around on the surface, cutting on a microscopic level huge gouges in the bevel of this razor. You don't want that. You want those diamonds buried up to their necks in this balsa. And that's why you got to be careful not to put too much. If you think you put too much, just take a dirty t-shirt and rub her down real good, and you're probably going to be in the ballpark. So that's all there is to it. You can hone to 1 micron on lapping film and then do the progression of diamond on balsa and have a 0.1 micron diamond on balsa edge, and you can maintain that edge simply by stropping on this balsa strop treated with diamond paste after every shave, 50 laps. That's all it is. It's nothing. You don't have to send it out. You don't have to worry about, oh, what if my razor's getting dull enough I ought to refresh the edge or not? That's for idiots. You know, do it this way. This is the method. This will keep you going. Cheap razor, cheap honing surface, the lapping film, cheap stropping edge maintenance surface, and a good leather strop. Out of all of it, if you buy the strop is the most expensive part of the whole kit. And you can make your strop if you want to. There'll be another video on that. All right, that's all I got to say about that. So, bye-bye, YouTube.